correctly, it was...
Chat, what was the last thing you heard me say? I can redo it. I didn't... The scream was actually... It sounded worse than it was. I can redo it. Let me change something real quick so it doesn't happen again. I know what caused that. Perfect. Alright, it's fixed. Chat, what was the last thing you guys heard? Nathan, I know you're there. You said oop. So you saw the stream go down. What happened?
Nathan!
I will redo that bit.
Don't rip your throat out.
Alright. Doc, edit this part. I'm going to do the monologue again real quick. So pretty much,
Okay.
let me sum up cause. I'm just going to sum it up. I'm not going to do the voices again. You guys heard the voices. Caw, you heard... Fort, you heard 3 booming voices saying... you recognize they admitted themselves. Bathaman, Bicaxian... Oh, that's playing through... I mean, okay, hold on. Let me fix that. I know what's causing that. I fixed it. Okay, there's no echo now. Apparently, the Hear My Voice is playing through my flippin' voice mod, and that is not making me happy. So I'll have to just guess when I need to use my voice changer. Alright, you heard 3 booming voices revealed to be Bathaman, Bicaxian, and Nuthaxian saying that something had been beaten badly, but that one of the other gods sacrificed themselves to stop it. The god Phacacia. Roll religion on that, by the way.
What?
Roll a religion check, by the way.
Okay. Where is religion?
Ken's over here like, I haven't been paying
Here it
attention
is.
the last half hour.
I have 7.
You don't recognize the name Phacacia. You believe from the circumstances it was another god, but just that they're sacrificed themselves and they're gone. What their domain was, you have no idea. And you heard it say, and you heard Bathaman say that I have a fear that this thing could rise up again. So you two, pointing to Nuthaxian and Bicaxian, said you need to hide to protect the light that shines on truth and the darkness that hides all lies. So that's what you heard. And Torment, you started hearing a voice that you started hearing 2 voices. The screaming voice, which was clearly in a lot of pain, and as she was screaming, Torment started feeling immense pain. Like it was bad.
Pain that I probably haven't felt in years.
Pain that you definitely haven't felt in years. It's both familiar and not at the same time. And then out of nowhere, you heard the screaming stop. And you heard the screaming stop, and you started feeling extremely numb. And that's where we were at with that. There's one last thing before your little scene ends. And that last little thing is all right, I cannot hear the voice, so guys, let me know if the voice works after I'm done speaking. It should.
Does the pain wake me up by chance?
It doesn't. But it's weird.
Okay.
You're feeling numb and you feel like you're being held under.
Alright, so I guess just let me know when I come back to consciousness.
Don't worry, I will.
Alright.
You hear one last thing. And guys, once again, Chad, you guys too, let me know if this voice works, because I need it to.
I have done you a great service, Torment. But all things come at a cost.
And you awaken, your head is throbbing, your body aches, and you feel like that a fluid has come out of your mouth. Here's what you saw, Azriel. You saw the book start flipping, and you saw this weird, like, anti-light beam shoot up, eclipsing Vort. Meanwhile, you saw Torment start spasming out, fall to the ground. The mushrooms all violently glowed, and then he just ejected this weird, like, bloody mess from his mouth.
Not happening, but Azriel's just like, smells like a bitch in here.
And you are all awake.
Where is she? I'm here.
Welcome back
Again.
to the land of the awake.
The ichor in your mouth, Torment, you familiar with coughing up blood. It happens every once in a while when you grow a mushroom in your mouth and you have to yank it out. This doesn't look like your blood.
Rihanna left.
No, the cameras are all fucked up.
God damn it, Ring.
You guys are gonna have to deal with fucked up cams now.
Yep, she's back.
Okay, it's fine.
There
You're
you
muted.
are.
I know. My Discord was like, sorry, you're AFK too long. We're gonna kick you out and put you in the AFK channel. I'm like,
That-
fuck.
That's weird. I've never seen it do that when you're actively in a call.
I know
Here's-
they
well,
were
no,
like,
because-
sorry, you.
Well, I know we're in the server,
talking."
but we're talking. And
Well, no, she wasn't talking, so that's why you put her in AFK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what her
Sorry,
video
Here's
was
what
on
Discord did to you in a nutshell.
Discord.
Hey,
Discord.
great, I see you're not talking. Boom.
Oh,
Like we see that you're moving, like your camera's on, but fuck you.
yeah, fuck you.
So you guys are all awake now.
Can I get some water?
You look to your right, and the cleric girl is back with more water. But she is
Politely
shaking.
not.
She is shaking. Like she just saw you do that, and she's terrified.
She's like, fuck this shit. I just want to do this.
Slowly and carefully grabbing the glass. I'd rather not spook her. And then immediately downs it and gives it back.
You have this horrible, horrible aftertaste in your mouth. And she takes it and runs off, and the middle elder goes, "Then it is true. Bycaxian requested you, Vort."
Where must I travel?
That we do not know at this time. However, we have been in contact with others who have received similar warnings. And in time, you will be alerted where you must go. You. And he, the younger one to the right points at you, Torment.
Yes.
Would appear that you have also made some sort of contact. Have you not?
What do you know?
I know only what I am permitted to know by Bycaxian.
Tell me everything.
It is not the will of the night.
Oh boy. Tell me everything. I suffered 20 years. I want answers. Dorman starts placing his hand like closer towards his back.
You see all three of them wave their arms, and you see this odd, like, and it's weird because it's so dark, you can only see outlines, but their forms start to shift a little. They're not transforming or anything, but now they look a little strange. And the Elder One speaks. If you want answers as to what happened to you, we cannot provide for them. What we do know is that you were welcomed here. One other, like you, attempted to enter this place once. The mess took time to clean.
Some blessing this is, huh?
The younger one to the right goes, you were blessed with the prospect of keeping your life. I suggest you accept it with gratitude. And the middle one goes, patience, brother, patience. In due time, all come to understand and respect the blessings of our God. It is seen as evil. You must remember this. He gets up and he leaves the chamber, leaving the two of his brothers there with you. You. The middle one looks to you, Azrael.
Yes.
Come.
Closer.
Yes.
Azrael walks closer.
He actually gets up out of his chair, and Norigawa, his jaw drops when he sees this. Carl, roll I guess an insight check.
Okay. Where is insight? Oh, there it is. 14.
You've never seen this man get up out of his chair. You've seen his younger brother storm off before. That's happened. But the middle brother, he does not get up out of his chair.
Is there actually brothers?
He's never approached any member of the clergy directly. And here he is approaching this professor. He doesn't look like something's like aggressive. He doesn't look like he's taking an aggressive posturing, but this is weird. You've seen... no, I'm not going to say that. And he steps forward, and he reaches into the cloak, takes out a black disc. Vort, you recognize this as a black disc similar to that which he handed you to go get your book.
Okay.
And he walks up to you, Azrael, and he places it on your chest.
Like, is it free hanging there, or like...
He's holding it against your chest. He's not, like, putting a lot of pressure on, but enough so that it doesn't fall.
Okay. Azra will grab it.
He shoos your hand away.
Okay.
He sits there for a couple moments, then removes the disc and places it on... He removes it and then retrieves a second disc. This one is a silvery color. And even with such little light in the room, you see it's very shiny. And he places that on your chest. And he takes it and he puts it back in his robe and he goes and he sits down. It appears I must make a call to the University of the Arcane as well. Interesting. You three are dismissed.
Upon hearing that, Torment's gonna be the first one to turn around and start walking out of the room.
Azrael will bow and then turn around and walk out of the room.
I've closely walked behind them.
before you leave the room, Vort, you hear the elder brother to the left call you. Vort Agu Vigo.
Yes.
We are unaware of what awaits you, but understand that this task is granted to you by Caxian himself. Where you refuse to put faith, he has done so for you. Do not forget that, and do not forsake it. Dismissed.
I nod and walk out.
You are all three standing in the Great Hall. Not the Great Hall, the main hall. I got Great Hall and Main Hall confused. The Great Hall is where the elders are. Should really rename that one.
Can't. What were those discs? Do you know?
You guys want to roll some knowledge religion?
I'll roll knowledge religion.
Do I have to roll knowledge or religion?
It's optional roll.
I'll roll.
You don't just know, if that's what you're asking.
Give me that nat 1.
That's fucking weird. It was a little cold.
18?
Vort, you know that sometimes when a you know that sometimes when the gods, or at least you've been traded, you assume all gods, but you know, at least for Bycaxian's sake, sometimes they'll put like a little special intention on people. Those discs react to it. You don't know what you know that the black one is specifically for Bycaxian. You know that the silver one represents Bathaman.
The disc, they react to a god's blessing.
I'm not blessed. Whatever.
You also know, Kaw, that your monastery has one for. They only have the 2. They don't have one for every god. They only have the 2.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that. The reason for that is religiously, Bathaman. You know, Bathaman is kind of a friend to all gods, sort of thing, because he's the god of truth. So, you assume most monasteries probably have one to Bathaman, and then Bathaman probably has a shitload of those.
Azriel, because the dim light of the lollipops still coming out of his mouth, you can see his face slightly. He goes, I gotta go.
Your tongue is glowing, by the way, as you speak.
I gotta go. Can you put him up for the night? Points to Torment.
I will try to find him a room.
Thank you. I gotta go. And Azriel books it.
Yeah. Didn't you have to go home?
Yes.
He was supposed to be home hours ago.
Yeet. You're gonna die tonight.
Yeah.
Torment, Vort, you guys are alone in the main hall.
He skirted out. He skirted out.
I didn't have to do this, but I want this interaction.
I'm not sure what you're expecting.
This is the most awkward.
I don't know either. We'll edit this. We'll edit this out in post.
It's
like-
fine.
All right, so
We don't really know what happened to each other.
all right, it's kind of tough because if he hadn't left, I had a scene prepared. But we'll skip it for the sake of time and move on. I'm actually kind of impressed at how far we've gotten through my notes for this session in a little time. It's nice.
Ah, sick.
I planned way far ahead.
I just
So we can take a small intermission. Actually, I want to do the scene. We can take a small intermission. You guys are going to be getting ready, heading for the night. So small intermission. What are you guys thinking about a session 2?
I'm enjoying it a lot. It's fun.
I'm just chilling.
This is really enjoyable.
I'm just chilling.
I'm not gonna lie. Going above game and into a little bit of background. John, when you handed me Torment's backstory, I don't want to get into the spoiler of who that person was, but they just, based on the nature of something you put in there, I realized that I suddenly had a pair of conflicting characters who were vying for the same role. And I
Oh, you told me about this.
I decided to play Kingmaker. I'm not going to tell you exactly who that was. You'll find out later.
Oh, you told me about this.
Alright.
You told me about this.
I told
okay.
Rihanna and Doc actually know about this. Doc was
I
actually
do
in a Discord call with me when I was sitting there talking about it. And I was like,
I
you know,
learned
I think
later.
I'm going to do this. And he went, are you? And I went, I think I'm going to do this. And he was like, are you? And I was like, I already did it. It's in the notes now.
Oh boy, I have that
But,
to look forward to.
You do have that to look forward to. I can't wait. I can't wait for you to meet the character I've been teasing you guys with the really creepy voice. Fun fact: that character with the creepy voice was the first character I wrote for the campaign.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, the
I
first.
say, the hell is that?
If you sort the notes in my my world anvil by date, they are the first one. All the way to the bottom. There they are. Oh, goody! He's back. All right. Intermission. Intermission over.
Wait,
Highlights from chat include. Highlights in chat include. Real quick before I go. Quote: I don't read much. Then why was Ash in the library to begin with?
They didn't call her on that. She was getting a book for her friend, though. She wasn't reading.
Nathan, what is with all the lollipops this session?
Listen, I had the lollipop thing. Like, that's
So,
my thing.
Chad, if you guys want to come up with a nickname for the party when they finally come together as a party, feel free, but I am officially nominating the Lollipop Guild.
Please do. Please do.
I'll find a way to make that a legal issue if they don't do it in game. I'm letting Twitch
legal
chat
issue.
decide your fate. Somebody
Oh,
better
God.
stop me.
Nathan!
Nathan. You've
Oh
done enough
no!
cursing to
One
me.
of the characters is in on it.
God damn it, I failed.
All right. So as the intermission comes to a conclusion. Azrael, you make it. You're back in the academic district. At this point, Torment, you are bunking with Vort. You go into the room. It is pitch black. But the Vort has gotten a bedroll from one of the clerics, and they've set up a spot for you. It's actually more comfortable than you'd think. Ash, you're back home. You're going to bed for the night. The house is kind of silent, though occasionally you hear like a very quiet scratching noise that you assume is Squigorku writing something.
Yeah, she now goes to the other plane. That's where she goes.
She doesn't do that
to
now. She
sleep.
does it when the GM tells you to. Damn it!
No, I'm just saying if you forgot.
I didn't. I have the notes right here. They're right here. It's just right here. She goes to other plane, talks to ghosties.
I know. I was telling you.
Edit that out in post.
No, I don't think I will.
So, Azrael, you get home. It is 10 at night. There's some people out on the street, and there is a. You see. You roll a stealth check. The lights in your house are off, by the way.
That's 8.
Okay. You go up to your little, 2-story home. You open the door. Peeks in. Tiptoe. 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 The door slams behind you. And all of the lanterns flick on at once. Behind you sits whom I believe you described as a high elf.
Yes.
Oh, it's a high elf. Let's see him.
Azrael?
Liar.
Sweetheart.
Hey.
Sweetheart, I have a final today I need to go deliver. I'll be home around 4. It's been 4 2.5 times over, honey. Where have you been?
Talking to elders at a temple.
She's gonna insight you. Roll persuasion.
He's not lying.
That's a 2.
I mean, he's not lying though, actually.
True.
He doesn't
But
lie.
maybe
he
he's
was.
persuading her to deal with his bullshit.
This is the honey. This is the honey. Please don't be mad check. The insight was how mad do I be?
He
Oh.
mad.
And she is a 19 out of 20 mad.
Oh.
You're
Oh
fucking
my
sleeping on the
God.
couch, bitch. You're sleeping on the couch if you're.
Oh,
She
you think I'm
gets up.
sleeping at the house.
She gets up, walks over to the kitchen table where there has been a meal set out for you.
Oh.
This has been waiting for you. She picks it up.
James, I think you cut out.
I said, "Oh no! Does a 19 hit you?"
Azrael is going to use shield and raise his AC up to 21.
You cast shield, and then the stew that she made explodes on your shield, covering your body but dealing no damage.
God damn.
And your daughter, she picks up a piece of paper off of the table, had a lovely time at school, except for when her father didn't, rips up the note, come to pick her up.
Oh no.
But it's okay, honey. The school's only a 15-minute walk from where I teach. I'm quite certain that I'll be there today, as you are, keeping my house warm, keeping my food cooked, keeping my life in order, because I couldn't on my own. Good night, sweetie. She walks up the stairs, and the lanterns flick off.
I don't think Ash needs to get any revenge. I think he got hurt enough there. He got. I would recommend you sleeping on the couch, Mitch.
Yeah.
Just.
Do you go to the couch?
Uh-huh.
It is covered in your paperwork.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Tables are comfy.
You lay your stack of ungraded final exams on the floor. that you know our grades are due in 2 days, and you lay your head on them, and you fall asleep.
On the floor.
You guys get a long rest. Not that it mattered, I don't think.
No?
I got spelled back.
I mean, it helped me out.
It helped me out.
No, then you guys get a long rest.
Sweet.
Probably fucking exhausted from being thrown around.
So the
Like
next
Greg,
morning, the next morning rises, and Azrael, you wake up in your bed. You don't know how she gets you in there, but you know that that's the sign that she's calmed down.
The understanding woman.
You are in your room. You are in your room in your pajamas or whatever you wear when you go to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm. He wears a onesie.
All right, you're in your onesie.
Yes. I want to see Rin in a onesie.
And you smell fresh fruit.
Azrael will go downstairs.
It's about 9:30 in the morning, which means that you have about 15 minutes to eat before you're getting late to report in. You don't have a class to teach today, but you do need to go in and have your end of year review.
Yeah. So.
And you go down. Your wife is there. Your daughter, Lily, is there. She is.
I would like to insight check both of them.
Both of them?
You
Check
may.
their mood.
Go ahead. 2 insight checks.
First one's going to be for the wife.
Oh,
That's an
pretty good.
18. Second
pretty
one's
good.
for the daughter. That's a 17. So 18 and 17.
I'm frustrated with what happened last night, but the semester is over, so things will get easier. We'll talk about it later. She's kind of got that attitude of, I get it. Finals, the semester. You know, I am letting this one go. You thank the gods every day that your wife is the patience of a saint, and because she puts up with a lot of your bullshit. And she's got that kind of mood on where you're like, yeah, my bullshit went a little too far. The fire from last night is now kind of a warm bed of coals, but the wind will blow it out. I just got to give her some space, and she'll be okay. Mm-hmm. She's working it out. Your daughter is pissed.
Oh.
Not even. Azrael's gonna do the grab a piece of toast and run out.
As you do that, your wife stops you and says, "Sweetheart, go say goodbye to your daughter. After last night, I believe you owe that to her."
Azrael stops and walks over to his daughter and pats her on the head and says, "Goodbye, Lily."
She pouts. She says, "Bye, Dad." And she goes back to finishing eating her breakfast, and she is scribbling something on a piece of parchment. You can't tell what it is.
Okay.
Okay, that thing I just messaged you about, I had that right.
Okay.
It's right in my notes. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. She's mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
But like with your wife, patience of a saint, she'll get over it.
Raised well. Not by me, apparently.
Yeah, as you're walking out, you'll think, I'll take her to, a toy shop or something.
I'll take her to Magic Six Flags later.
I was going to say medieval Toys R Us, but I felt like that sounded worse. So you start making your way to the academy. Torment, Vort, you guys, the air temperature shifts. It gets warmer, which indicates to you, Vort, that it has that morning has come around. The lighting conditions of the room have not changed at all, and torment that fucks you up for a couple minutes.
Oh, what are you talking about? I am face planted right on that bedroll, fast asleep. That's the comfiest surface I've slept on for 20 years.
All right, he's still asleep. Vort, you wake up. You're hearing activity going on outside, and it's warmer, which means it must be morning.
Here was the bedroll. This was torment. He stayed like that all night.
I attempt to wake up Torment.
A valiant effort indeed.
I don't know what I'm supposed to have him roll for that.
I think I have to roll a perception with like disadvantage or something.
Yeah, roll perception with disadvantage.
All right. Shit, I think that made it.
Yeah, I believe the DC is a 10.
The slow cracking of every single one of his bones. It just sounds like you're stepping on every single twig in a forest as he slowly rises back up and adjusts the bandages all over his body. Because he's still in a completely dark environment, all of the mushrooms and his one eye are still glowing the various different colors. Has it even been an hour yet? Oh shit, I remember where I am now. Where's Azrael?
He went somewhere last night.
You know he went home.
Okay, he went home last night. I don't expect to see him today.
I wonder if he still lives in the same neighborhood. Probably not, but I gotta know who's still there. Torment immediately starts to exit out of the room and then remembers, which way's out of here again? Shit,
I could rescue call right now, but I'm choosing not to.
Wait, well, he said that he walks out, and then do you say that out loud?
I'm like halfway in the doorway, and I'm asking myself kind of out loud, how do I get out of here?
I can show you the way out.
By all means.
I lead him to the entrance to the monastery.
As you're walking towards the entrance, one of the paladins towards the front, actually, he hands something for you. He hands something to you, Vort. Mail.
I open it and see what it's about.
From the Dean of Religious Sciences at the Halivarian Academy of the Arcane, we request the presence of a Vort Agu Vigo today at 1:30. Please report at your earliest convenience and be sure to arrive at least 15 minutes early for check-in.
I wonder what this is about.
I wonder what. Wonder what it is.
Me. Okay. After we get outside, I go to the school. Yeah.
It's 9:30 in the morning, by the way. You have some time to kill before you do that. It's not going to take you hours to get there.
Okay.
Maybe an hour and a half at most from where you are.
I do some morning training then.
So You let Torment go out the door, and then you proceed to go into the darkened training area. Roll survival.
Okay.
Are you gonna hit a wall again?
Let's hope.
As you begin your hammer twirl.
13.
It's getting better. It's still not super pretty, but you're not banging into as many things. Nobody saw that. Now roll me a Constitution check.
22.
Natural 20. That's what the green means. You are after you finish your exercises, you get into your meditation pose, you shut your eyes, and immediately you kind of open your eyes in the in this you kind of when you open your eyes, you're in this weird pitch black void, but it's weird. It's like you can see, and as you look around, you start to slowly notice these weird distortions around you. And suddenly they form outlines. And before long, you can make out every single object in the training room. But you have your eyes closed. And that warm feeling inside your chest has magnified. It feels kind of like you're sitting next to a room heater, except the room heater is in your chest.
Okay.
You feel like a very, very strong sense of comfort. You have it's not like you have dark vision, but you have just a very strong awareness of where things are.
Sort of like blind fighting.
Yeah.
Sort of. So, Torment has disappeared. So pretty much, when you finish that and you open your eyes again and you see the objects in the room, Norigawa, who is behind you, begins clapping. I could have mistaken you for one of the elders. You were very, very, very in touch there. Could you see what could not be seen?
I could.
And you felt the embrace of Bikaxian. You felt the embrace of Bikaxian's darkness.
I felt his warmth touch.
Very, very good. I worried that it might be too early for you to be assigned a holy task. My apologies. Let alone by one passed to you by Bikaxian itself. But if you are able to see what cannot be seen, and you feel the warmth where there is, you feel that warmth, perhaps you are ready. Come, let us go. We will continue our training in the deprivation chamber.
I follow behind.
Ash.
Yes.
Last night's little trip to the other plane was less eventful than usual. You saw a few spirits roaming around. You're kind of, it's weird for you. You're kind of an outsider there, even more so than you are normally.
In the normal world?
Yeah.
Great.
But that doesn't mean nobody was friendly. But there was nobody really of too much interest, except roll me a perception check.
Perception check?
Yeah, roll me a perception
Got
check real
it.
quick.
23?
Oh my god, a natural 20. You guys need to understand that the green means it's a nat 20.
Yeah.
For a split second, and I mean a split second, you see William.
Oh.
He's standing with a few other soldiers. And then a spirit passes by them, and he's gone. But this is the first... You've seen him occasionally over the years, and it hurts you occasionally when you see him, because you want to run up and say hi, but you worry that maybe he's let go. Maybe he's forgotten me. I don't want to bother him if he's forgotten me. I don't want him worrying about me here. He's happy here. But it does bring you a smile when you see him, because it reminds you that he is here. And that he is happy. So you wake up and you're in an amazing mood. Because that's always the best way to start your day.
William, guess what?
What?
I saw them again.
You saw who again?
Your dad, of course, silly. The one I named you after.
You've never met my father. I keep telling you that.
I'll meet him one day.
I would hope not.
So, I think, you're a little mad from yesterday, right? Because I know I am.
Roll an insight check.
Can I just mention all of Rihanna's characters are on Hunt for Dragons?
I told her that Pseudo Dragon was an option for a familiar, and she lost her shit.
I did lose my shit. 14?
Doug, I hate
That's
how
all I
right
wanna
you
say.
are. I hate how right you are.
She's not the Hunt for Dragons this time. She has one.
He rolled a nat 1 on deception. He's very angry. He's angry at himself. He's angry at you. He's angry at Volgara. He's angry at the guard. He's just like, fuck, I just want to fucking stay in fucking stupid book.
How about we do this? How about we find that guy that got me in jail and we just mess with him?
Roll persuasion with advantage.
With advantage?
Yes, with advantage.
21?
I think that would be quite nice.
And guess what I heard them say? He's a
What?
professor.
Oh my. How interesting.
Of course we can't hurt him because we don't want to get in trouble. But we don't have to hurt him. She grins.
He grins back.
So, I know he's a professor, and that's probably at the school that the library was at. So we just have to find him. But, of course, I can't go like this because, my little face is not going to be welcome there. I can go change for you. And she's going to go in her bag and take out a mask of many faces with all that stuff. And she's going to change her appearance. She's going to use cast of many faces. And she's going to change her appearance. I've not used that before, so.
You click the spell. Is that a spell?
Yeah, 1 second. How do I...
I do this on accident, and yet you can't do this on purpose.
No, it's not under this normal spells. It's under...
Oh, it's a
features
character
and
It's an
ability?
invocation.
Yeah.
Alright, I need to look it up. Can't you still put that in the chat? I feel like I've done that.
It won't let me.
It's the mask of many faces, right?
Yeah. It won't let me. I click it won't let me.
That's weird. I've done that by accident before. I need to read something real quick. Because I feel like I'm pretty sure I know this one. Yes, this is one that Gemsex has. Okay, got it. You use it to cast Disguise Self.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Describe your appearance.
I'm gonna be a little taller than normal. Well, like not super taller because she's kind of
Because it also it also breaks the rule of the spell if you get that.
Yeah, she's not that tall, but she's gonna make herself like I don't know. She's gonna make her hair like more normal color. She's not gonna have it look as the pigtails as normal. It's just gonna be long brown hair, and she's just gonna have normal kind of almost student clothes more than her normal clothes, of more like what the normal students at the college she saw wore, with his like a shirt, pants, normal, not what she wears. and she's gonna have, and she's gonna just look at her pseudo dragon and be like, "Can you like look like more like a normal backpack,
I don't know
like
how
the
much
ones that
more.
students wear?"
I don't know how much more normal I can make myself, but how about this? He kind of wraps himself around you, and instead of doing the 2-strap thing over your back like he usually does, he turns into more like a single strap, like hip bag.
Ah, perfect. Well, we better get out, right?
Oh,
And
better sooner than never.
yeah, and she skips up the stairs and she waves at how do you pronounce his name again? Slag? I'm not good at names.
Squigorku.
The Gorku. She's gonna wave at him and she's gonna skip out the door.
He is wedged on top of his he's wedged in a weird spot. He has like this little storage chest where he keeps his rations, and he's crammed himself between that and his ceiling. You wave at him, and there's like a little noteboard that just says, "Don't ask."
She doesn't. She just keeps walking. Keeps skipping.
All right, Azriel, doing anything before you make it to the school?
Do I do anything before I make it to school?
Yeah, you've got a meeting at 1:30, and it is about, I'll say, 10:15.
I'm going to stop at my local Not Bucks and grab a coffee.
Your little knot bucks?
Yes.
Oh, you stop into the Knuckle Sandwich Cafe.
Yes. And grabbed a coffee.
Do I run into him on the way there by chance?
Are you going with Vort on his way to the academy?
No. I'm not really 100% sure what day it is today. I literally crawled myself out of a hole yesterday. So I'm just trying to head over to like the last place that I knew where Azriel lived. So I'm heading to...
Okay, then yes, you would run into him because he lived in the academic district towards the he lived in the academic district. You both did, but
Yeah,
away from the student living area, and there's a little bit of private living area. Professors live there. Some business people live there who deal with the school. But there's, it's not necessarily student and professor lounging only. And as you're making your way towards that neighborhood, you see him leaving his area. You see him leaving the knuckle sandwich with a cup of coffee.
Just gonna slowly come up behind him. Not necessarily stealthing.
Roll
Smells good.
stealth anyway.
Gotcha.
Are you gonna scare him?
Do you beat my passive? That's the question.
That's the question.
Shit. I forgot to turn off disadvantage. Fuck, either way, those are trash rolls. Should I re-roll?
No, we're just gonna go with no.
Alright, fair.
Azriel, you hear him coming.
I'm okay.
You just hear this weird, it sounds like steps, but with like a bunch of thumps afterward, and occasionally there's like some of like mushrooms, bumping into each other.
I'd say it's more the cracking of his bones because it just doesn't fucking stop. But
Cracking of his
alright.
bones. So it's like, step, crack, 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 pop, crack, step, pop, crack, step, mushroom noise. Smells
Accurate.
good.
Yeah, all of a sudden you just see me coming around like the other side of you just... I forgot how good coffee smells. How's your morning treating you?
How do you always manage to find me?
I just went in the direction I remember your house being.
Meanwhile, on the back of Bort, there's a hunter's mark. On the back of Bort, on the back of Azrael. I don't know, man.
I don't know how.
I just started walking.
Well, I'm seriously busy today, and I can't really hang out. I have work to do.
Well, shit, what the hell am I supposed to do in the meantime?
Go mingle?
Mingle.
I hear you're single and you're ready to mingle.
Aren't
mean, he
tieflings
is.
supposed to be sexy?
Wait, what?
Aren't tieflings supposed to be sexy?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one looks like a fucking crack addict.
Start flexing on the haters.
A
Hey,
sexy
you never
crack
know.
addict.
You never know what people's types are. You never know.
Now shut up, disguised Ash.
Speaking of, no,
Is it possible your professors can provide any further insight on this?
Oh no, you almost killed one of them and killed the nurse as well.
That was an accident!
Look, I'm never saying you did it on purpose. I'm just saying you almost did.
What's the word I'm looking for? Phrase I'm looking for. Doesn't it come with the territory?
No, I think you're thinking more of a hospital.
University experimentations.
You're not an experimentation.
roll a general
Look at
intelligence
himself.
check, Azrael.
Yeah, looks at himself.
Oh no, is he 19?
You're
Is he
fairly
an ex-
certain he'd be considered an abomination.
Okay.
If I'm not an experiment, what the hell am I then?
The 19 gave you your answer to this question.
I know it did. How to put it lightly? You're not really. You're an abomination.
Torment, roll a general knowledge intelligence check.
Out of curiosity, what for?
That particular phrase, an abomination.
I mean, okay, sure.
No, roll it. Roll it. Just roll it.
All right. Wow, really?
He's making fun of you!
All of a sudden, Torment just extends his hand over to his back, and something starts to rise out. It's got a mushroom pommel on it. Want to say that again?
Torment. The type of being, not the insult.
I think the type of being you're looking for is aberration.
No.
Starts to draw the thing up further. As it comes out of his back, you start to realize that's a fucking scimitar. You want to tell me what it is I am again?
You're not. I wouldn't consider you a tiefling anymore. And you don't fall under any of the other races, which makes you, by default, a race called an abomination.
Azrael, with a 19, you know that aberration is the pre-fragmentation, the old world term for an abomination. They changed it because the translations got weird.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying tomato, you're saying tomato.
Yeah, okay. You keep saying aberration. It's the same thing. It's just what people say now.
Tormund takes a moment to chill the fuck out for a moment and starts to place the scimitar seemingly back into his very spine. Oh shit, did I not tell you I could do that?
News to me, but I have work to do. I need to go.
It
You
is
have a watch
I'll tell
on
you what. Would you like to come with me?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have
Stay
anywhere else
quiet.
to go.
I have a meeting later. Do not come into the meeting room.
Understood.
It is at this time that disguised Ash makes her way into the academic district.
Do I see them?
Roll perception.
Come
A
on,
lot of people here.
I got a good perception before.
A lot of students walking around. Another natural 20!
Oh,
Perception
fuck you,
on
Ray.
You
point.
walk in and you
Oh,
see
fuck you,
Torment
boy.
put... You walk in and immediately you see Torment put the mushroom scimitar back into his spine, and where there's a mushroom boy, there you are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She immediately gets excited and she smiles in a more like sinister smile than she's shown before, at least to everyone like in public. And she gets super jumpy. She just gonna like her feet go back and forth, and then she's like, "So, how should we deal with this?" In her head.
I'm on probation from coming up with ideas.
So I get to then?
Yes.
Okay. So, how should we bother him then? What bothers a professor?
I don't know. Kids not turning in their homework on time. I don't
What
know.
if we follow him, or don't follow him, but, keep a distance from where he goes, and we find his office, he leaves the office, we go in and burn his papers.
That sounds heavenly.
Perfect. So she just, like, gets a little closer, but not, like, super close, and just, like, kind of mingles in with the crowd, but
Roll
keeps her eye.
stealth.
God damn it! Okay. Come on, stop.
Rihanna and trying to avoid me
13,
making her roll
17,
things.
17,
All right.
it's okay.
Torment, Azrael, perception checks. Because she is stealthing against you guys.
Oh,
Oh no! Torment, somebody is trailing you guys. Azrael.
Well, no, I'm more focused on getting to class.
You don't have class. You have a stack of ungraded final exam papers that need to be
Where do
turned
you
in
think
2
my
days.
office is?
Hey, Azrael, I think there might be something in my ear. Can you look for me? I can't see.
I'm not a biology major, but okay.
Just take a look. As soon as he gets close enough, I immediately pull him close to saying, like, we're being watched.
Azrael shrugs. All right, let me know if you see them later when we get to the university itself.
Agreed. So, do you see anything? Or is it just me?
I mean, I see some wax. You could maybe make a candle out of it.
Ash, you're a voice in your head. The fungus is paranoid. This will be more difficult than I initially thought.
So, should we
Yes, that's much better.
get some books then to make it seem a little less suspicious?
Yes. And in doing so, take a less direct path. We don't need him feeling
Okay.
uncomfortable.
Can you do me a favor? Can you get me some books from like a student or something?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, she goes behind her, touches her backpack again, and uses invisibility.
The bag. Torment, are you watching her this whole time, or are you just kind of like, keeping an eye out occasionally?
More not like hardcore watching, like walking backwards and making direct eye contact. It's more like periodic glances, like every 30 seconds or something.
Roll a
Under the
perception.
guise of scratching an itch.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Alright. Perception 19.
God damn it.
Wow. You could have sworn wasn't she wearing a bag earlier? Where'd it go?
Hey man, it was a small bag. Don't don't judge.
Azriel
You
casts
had
mage
a
armor on
big
him.
strap coming across your chest. It was a school bag. It was a damn school bag. I have the. Hold on. I'm gonna put my bag on because I modeled it after this. Hold on.
Oh, really?
Where's my bag?
Hold up,
Azriel's
I
gonna
gotta
cast
look.
mage
Where's my
armor.
Here we go, chat. Here's what this is supposed to. Here you go. See the big fuck off strap and the bag at the side? Like, it's not,
okay.
it's not like
How
the
much?
biggest and bulkiest thing, but damn it, it's not like you're carrying a purse.
Hey!
Gotta keep big ass heavy
I-
textbooks in there.
Maybe
Get out
I
of my-
pushed it behind my back. You never know.
Oh yeah. All right, roll stealth. Azriel, roll stealth with double advantage, where the minimum you can roll is an 18. I'm
Wait,
kidding. I'm kidding.
Just,
Pretty much, if you don't nat 20 here,
I got another nat 20 in my
roll knowledge backpack real quick.
Azrael. Okay.
Knowledge backpack is 1.
Your charisma check was a 1. You're like, my bag does not look good on me, and it makes me feel sad. I have a big heavy suitcase. I wish I had a shoulder bag.
What's up, Torment?
Azrael, we have a disappearing bag on our watcher.
All right.
And you see Ash kind of move away, like walk away more.
I'll keep whatever eye out I can.
All right, Ash, you're kind of disengaging from the pursuit for a moment.
Yeah, she's like keeping an eye out on where they're going, but she kind of is like kind of swerving off.
Under the guise of what, I may ask, because Torment said he was scratching an itch. What's your kind of casual taking a peek coordinate kind of thing?
Oh, for me?
Yeah, at this point,
Or-
you guys are trying to snipe each other in terms of seeing where each other are.
Oh, yeah, I was just.
You're trying to re-disappear, and he's trying to find you, but neither of you are trying to let the other know that you're onto each other.
Yeah.
Azrael, knowing that we do have someone following us, will whistle in for his familiar.
It is your trying to remember what your familiar was. It's a raven, isn't it? It's a hawk. I was trying to remember if it's a raven or a hawk. You
Yeah.
whistle, and you put your non-dominant hand, I believe it's your left hand.
Yeah.
You whistle, and you hear in the air. Oh, I can't do a hawk noise. And before long, you just feel like a whoosh, and you look up, and your hawk has landed on your arm. It's shaking its wings out. It's comfortable. It's like, hi.
Mm-hmm.
Torment, this man just put his hand up, whistled, and now, boom, hawk. And it was very nonchalant, too.
Like, as I was walking, I held my arm out.
When the fuck did you learn to do that?
I don't know. I just know it was like somewhere after middle school, but like before high school.
How incredibly informative, old friend. Out of curiosity, how far away is Ash?
Like, I would say like
I don't want to draw a map.
I don't know, like
Ash, how close are you keeping? Actually, that's more something for you.
I'm not getting super close. Once again, it does. I don't need to. Like,
She's she's about. What did you roll in perception? You rolled a nat 20 on your perception, so I'll say you're about as
Yeah.
far away as you can be. So I'll say she's about 70-ish feet away. Like she eagle-eyed you when she got in, and it's been locked in. It's just that you saw her because when you got that like little twitch you do where you kind of just start staring at people, and you notice that you kept meeting the same pair of eyes.
Asriel is going to point towards Torment with his arm down. So, like, if you look at the chat, it's going to be like his arm is down, but he's like pointing, because that's a requirement for the spell. And he's going to cast Message.
Okay.
Roughly, what is the description? You can reply with a whisper.
Gotcha.
That's a good description.
goddamn.
It's pretty good, but we can edit this in post.
Yeah.
Wait, are you guys?
Carlos had his
messaging
mic muted this
yourselves?
whole time. I'm starting to wonder if he's still here.
Yeah.
I'm eating pretzels.
I didn't realize he had a good guy call. I like to imagine that, like, Cause eating pretzels, but like Vort is like, if fully decked out in his armor, like is sitting at like a different restaurant, and they're like, trying to give him a breakfast order, and he's like, I don't know what I want.
Oh no, man.
I think I might want eggs, but I might not. But
Pancake sounds good too.
might want pancakes. And the waitress is like, God, let me die.
It's like, god damn it.
Don't, no. No.
Why did I get this person to my table?
I just realized how relatable that is for you, Rihanna.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get it. Vort is 100% being that guy.
Yeah, and I fucking hate it. Like, I already am angry about it just because. Especially because 90% of the time they do this when you're busy. Like, the busiest.
How you doing, Torment? You got a description yet?
No, I don't actually.
This man is currently watching like the live VOD trying to remember what Rihanna said.
Do you want me to just say
Literally
it?
received nothing.
Do you want me to just say it?
All right.
I could just say it.
I'm gonna swoop it. I thought when you started typing, I thought you were like planning something. She's got long dark hair, more formalish uniform, and you swear she had a scrap bag on her side, but it's just fucking gone now.
Okay, gotcha.
Sorry, that's my bad. We can edit that in post.
And any discernible features?
Sending it now.
What are you sending?
I don't know, but I'm kind of afraid.
Yeah, I'm like,
John has like the most. For anybody listening to the audio, John has the most intense look on his face. He's just typing
like, goddamn.
furiously at his keyboard.
literally Literally, she's like the most boring looking person right now. Like,
he's got the zoom enhanced face on right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, just imagine Torment. Zoom. All right. Enhance.
What? What's the position based on our location?
I don't like how quiet it is.
He's whispering.
Give me clock position.
I am role playing message.
He's whispering.
Shit, clock position. What time would you say that you're at?
Me?
Ash? Yes. Like, if I'm the center of a clock, are you at like my 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3? Where?
She's on your 6.
Does DM need to bail you out again?
I would say more near 6, but not like more like
7?
4 or like 9.
She came in at your 7:30 and has shifted over to your 5:15.
There you go. And walking away more.
And she's clearly trying to get into a larger crowd.
About 5 o'clock. Long dark hair. About average height. 70 feet back. Follow her. He says to the hawk.
The hawk makes its talk noise. Here, we're substituting this for a hawk noise. Be disappointed in me. Edit this in post. And he just goes shooting off into the air. And then, much like a flippin', like a recon plane, he just slowly starts making his way over. He's flying
like
towards. I can't do it. There's like a screech on the back end of it that I can't do.
It'd be like key.
Fuck?
Or whatever. He's like making his way, circling around, taking a wide berth, and he's slowly. Ash, you saw the hawk take off from his position, and you see it is slowly listing its way over towards your own.
Of course.
You just hear like in your head, enemy recon plane inbound.
Recon plane inbound. Take no prisoners.
Hunter-killer drone.
Take no prisoners. We have company, she says in her head. Just.
I can deal with that. Continue the pursuit.
Just make sure not to hurt it, because then I'll be suspicious.
Don't worry. There won't be any problem. Not this time.
Perfect. Did you get the books?
You feel a planner get put into your hand along with a small textbook.
Yay! And she just slowly just keeps kind of keeping her eye on where if Torment and they're going. So, but she's kind of like, taking a listful stroll, looking like a normal student, kind of watching how the other students walk and kind of like almost like copying them.
I'm going to look through the familiar's eyes since it's within 100 feet of me and try to see what this character looks like.
All right, so as you go to look through your familiar's eyes, you see the eyes of the hawk, and you see the back of the girl. She's holding two books in her right. She's holding 2 books in her right hand. One looks larger, and kind of with these little metal rings in it. That's clearly a homemade binder, and a small textbook. And then, right as you go to get some more discernible features, suddenly your eyesight jolts, and you hear your bird. It's going down.
I can telepathically communicate with my bird, by the way.
Oh, so you hear in your voice, you hear in your head, I've been grabbed! I've been grabbed! I can't maintain altitude! Something's got my wings! I'm trying to make an emergency landing! Help! Counter recon in the air!
Bird down!
And then you hear like a thud, and then you hear Black Hawk down. It's like he's gonna know what's got me. He's got me pinned. Okay, move.
Come back now.
Is the hawk actually on the ground?
It's landed on the roof of a nearby. A nearby
Astro's going
establishment.
directly to the hawk.
Come back before he sees you.
I'll
He's
see what I
heading
can
your
do.
way.
Are you still looking through the hawk's eyes?
Actually, wait. Can I? If I stop looking through the hawk's, like I stopped looking through the hawk's eyes, do I see where the hawk is in real? Like, can I see on the top of the roof?
Yeah, you can see that it's not a. It's a little bit of a. It's got like there's like an awning, kind of thing, and you can see that it's pinned where the awning starts to curve up to make the triangular tip of the roof, and where the awning cuts out. And at this point, Ash, if you want to roll a stealth check, because bird down.
Bird down. Hold up, gotta go back to my character sheet because I accidentally had
Well,
to
that
exit out.
Rihanna's character has this weird like need to get into roll-offs with every other member of the party.
Not a hawk yet.
Just
With her rolling off against Torment, she's officially done it against all of you guys.
10.
All right. Azrael, when you pull your eyes out of the psychic, the link, roll a perception check.
Come on, get a shit roll.
Nat one, she's gone. Bird
All right,
down,
well-
target is bird down, target is missing. Target is MIA.
Well,
Bird down.
Immediately as I pull out, I'm going to what's it called? Scorching ray on top of my bird, to try to hit whatever's pinning it down.
I already told him to leave.
I'm trying to do this in sequence. I'm giving you both turns at a time. Shut up. I literally have a turn order. You're not rolling initiative, but I think it made sense based on when the stealth roll versus perception check and all that. All right. So at this, you're gonna scorching ray on top of the bird.
Yes.
All right. Roll. Is scorching ray damage or DC?
It's
Is it damage roll or DC?
it's
It's an
AC.
attack roll.
It's an attack roll.
All right. I still think you have to make it, even though you're shooting it out of the bird. So,
No. I'm shooting it from me.
or you're shooting it from you at the bird.
Yes.
Over the yeah.
Well,
Okay, I get it. You're trying to pin or like take out what's over the bird.
I'm trying to hit the pseudo dragon, but I
You're
don't
going
know.
for the MLG Pro snipes right now.
Yeah.
All right, let me look something
Come
up
on,
real quick because I don't
baby.
have this number pulled up off the top of my head. I wish I did. That'd be pretty sick. Roll to hit.
Oh, baby!
Scorching ray. There it is.
My baby!
That's
Oh!
a 13. That's a 13. That's a 17.
My God, he is unloading on this thing. Okay, roll damage 3 times.
12, 8, and 9. So that's 29 damage on that thing.
So you say, as you say to get off of it, Ash. You see the hawk. You see the hawk shift its body, and as the hawk shifts, a bolt, like a ray of fire, comes shooting over the top of it. and drills William in the wing. The invisibility fades as he crashes into the wall. Then a second one blasts through the other wing. And in your head you hear, "Oh, ticking higher! No, I can't move!" And then the flame, boom! He explodes as the third one paints the rooftop with William's corpse.
And Azrael yells out, "Get off him!"
In your mind, Azrael, you hear, "Thank you. Is that all?"
Yes, you can return home.
Very good, sir. Contact me if you need me again.
Be on standby.
Whoosh, and he takes off, and you hear the screeching noise.
You did this to yourself.
You hear in the back of your mind, Ash. It's the back of your mind. You feel a presence. You feel a presence in the back of your mind.
There
And the aura you're feeling is just rage.
Oh yeah, no, she's full on just like, she slowly is just bobbing her head, and slowly, more and more, a smile just grows on her face as she taps her arm more and more, and slowly rips at the skin of her arm.
I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh. This Nathan. Nathan in the chat just starts dropping pop shit.
What did he do? Oh.
God.
Oh, fuck.
Nathan pog jams in the chat. That feeling,
Nathan.
that feeling when he hits the snipe.
My face, you're
I'm just like, MLG
Same, man.
noises as soon as it gets hit.
Call, motherfucker.
That's my phrase.
Oh my god. Rihanna, you hear in the back of your mind. Why am I being notified that one of my pseudo-dragons has been, and I quote, turned into a fucking kebab and then painted on a
Because
rooftop?
he didn't listen to me fast enough, and now he's gone. And now...
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
She honestly does not care right now, honestly. So whatever happens, she honestly.
Actually, no, not persuasion. Roll deception. Roll deception with disadvantage.
Deception.
Yeah, deception is better. I don't know why I said persuasion. That's just wrong.
Kenneth and I are the only non-crazies here.
I'm so happy that Nathan is in the chat. I would love to hear his reaction to that.
18.
I actually should roll this then. Oh my god. Rewrite that guy's stats potentially too low. He believes you.
Yes.
He legit fucking he his assignment was
Get me a new William, or I will destroy everyone in the square.
I will fix what is wrong with the one you had. Believe me, this will not happen again. or else it
because now
will
I'm
be
alone.
replaced.
And I lost another William.
Go find a spot to yourself. In the next hour, I will have your replacement.
Thank you. She, once again, she stops ripping at her arm, and she'll just pull her, shirt a little lower. She puts a nice smile on her face, and she tries to find another teacher.
You have some students staring at you.
She just smiles and looks at them. Oh, sorry, just found out my grades.
Roll persuasion with advantage. Actually, no, roll charisma. Roll charisma with advantage. That's actually a better roll for this.
Advantage? Okay.
Roll charisma advantage.
Charisma
Deception?
saving.
Question mark?
No,
Just-
just charisma check.
Just
I
charisma?
like charisma straight on this one.
Okay. 16. Both were 16.
They're all like, oh shit, and like a few of them actually come over and they like got hands on your back. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's alright. Got another semester. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. And then one of them's like, did you have fucking Professor Azriel? Were you in his class?
Wait. You know Azriel?
Of course I do. He's my fucking history professor.
Do you know where his office is?
Of course I do. Why?
Can you take me to it?
You want to bitch about that final, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure thing. Come on. Me and my friend, we were just going ourselves.
Perfect. She follows him, and she, as the loving person herself, she clings on to him and with a smile on her face. The brightest smile out there.
Alright, man, that's a little weird, but okay.
So, do you know a lot about this Azriel? I didn't really come to class much. I didn't really like him.
Yeah, we have a few of us like that. From what I heard, he tried to be the cool guy, but when it came to like the actual work, he was kind of a shithole. Like, he's the kind of guy that would give you food in class, but then tell you that if you turned your homework assignment in 2 minutes late, that he wasn't taking it. And it's like, dude, I literally tripped, skated, like ripped up my clothing, like my pants. Like, you see this? And he's got like a patch in his pants. It's like, yeah.
Oh.
Nearly got hit by one of those friggin' passenger carriages. Made it. I was still barely late to class. I was 2 minutes late. Throw my paper on the desk, and he's like, "Sorry, man. I set a deadline. That sucks for you." And he took it and burned it right in front of the whole class. And then he was like, "For all you guys, this is what you get for turning your work in on time. A little pyrotechnic show. Yeah." And it's like, "Come on, man. I was 2 minutes late." This kid is crying now.
Oh, she like pats his back. And she's like, well, have you ever thought about you wanting to do something about that?
Of course I have. I've complained to the dean already.
Have they done anything?
They've got an appeal going on right now for my my final exam. I got a grievance because of the lack of time. And I got 2 more homework assignments that I've complained about as well. I think I might be able to get those removed, but I don't know. It's gonna come down to what the dean thinks. And while my record's not bad, this is only my 2nd semester here, so
I know you can do it. You'll be fine.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Come on, I'll take you to his office.
She
Meanwhile,
follows.
Vort, this is about the time you're getting to the plaza. There's a giant blood stain on one of the rooms of one of the student dorms. Just painted in blood, and there's like these 3 burn marks in the blood.
I look for anything suspicious around.
You see little tiny bits of scales? And a bunch of students who were like, "It was the craziest thing, dude. He sent a hawk over there. He sent his bird over to that roof or something. Next thing you know, he's shooting at it, and the building explodes, and there's a little tiny dragon there, dude." Nah, man, no, I don't believe you. That's crazy. That shit doesn't happen. I'm telling you, dude, it was real. Man, have you been going to the flippin' tavern after class or some shit, dude?
Have you been drinking after class?
Not
This
to,
is
dude.
the
It's
semester.
10th, dude. You think I'm actually up drinking at 10th? Like, fuck you, dude. And then they go and they leave.
10:30 in the morning. Normal
Well,
time.
it's
to
summer
drink.
semester just started, man. It's too early for that kind of shit. There are a few. There are some. There are two kobolds and a dragonborn who are over, like, kind of looking up at it, and they're all kind of holding their heads down in respect for their fellow scale creature, and they're like, it was not, it was not so much that it was the, highest thinker among us, but one of the scales it was indeed. Yeah. Fucking anti-scale. Because of that dick nose. And they all kind of, they do, like, the kobolds do a kobold salute, and the dragonborn, nods his head in respect, and they go on their way.
Dick nose.
There's already a group of students forming to protest the violence on campus. There's one that's got a sign that says, "Can we stop shooting people already?"
So
And then
true.
there's another sign that says, there's another sign that says, "Paint the roofs."
Paint the.
Oh.
No.
No, it's not. It doesn't mean like with blood. It literally is like this was a. And it's like that professor. That wasn't like that. They're saying like this was not an issue about scale violence. This issue. Do you see it? Like, do you see how worn that paint? It's fading. We got a big brown spot on our flipping roof over like 2 blocks that way. Paint the dorms. Paint the dorms. Paint the dorms.
Paint the doors.
And then a bunch of kids are like, "You guys are fucking morons. Get out of here."
You tried.
Nobody needs the doors painted. They're fine.
I'm not that angry. I'm not angry. Ash is angry.
As you pass them, Vort, you hear that they break into a new chant. They stop with "Paint the Dorms," and it's purple dorms, purple dorms, purple dorms.
I just want for the audio listeners to know that I just sent Rihanna a emote that says "You tried." And,
Oh my God.
And underneath it, I said, "This is what you get."
Yeah, so the college life is already forming like factions. You've got one who's like, "This is a statement about needing to paint the dorms," and they're like, "This is a statement about professor violence," and there's another like group who's like, "Who gives a fuck? It was a fucking pseudo dragon."
If Ash was there, she would bitch slap them.
It wasn't even a real dragon.
Yeah, you notice one thing as well, Vort. The pretty much for the most part, the kobolds and dragonborn, they're paying their respects and moving on. They're like, it sucks, but it was a pseudo dragon. Like if it was one of us, we'd be way more pissed. But like,
Oh,
respect for the scales, but bitch, and just leave.
bitch.
Bitch.
He's got his mic
I
muted and he
can't
thinks
hear
we can
you.
hear him. Good joke.
John,
John, what did you say?
Mike is muted.
Oh, so a pseudo dragon that can respawn.
Yeah.
You hear the voice of God above like all the clouds. They don't know that. Clap, 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 clap. They don't know that.
Because ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Apparently.
They don't know that, bitches. Can you guys respawn? No.
Yes.
So now.
Wish.
So
I can't, but the mushrooms can.
All right. Finally moving on from this scene because I'm having too much fun describing college anarchy.
The best kind.
There's nobody getting violent or anything. It's just a bunch of groups that see an opportunity to all scream at each other, so they're taking it.
Ah, perfect.
College. So we make our way into the history building. Torment, Azrael, you guys make your way towards I'm guessing your office. Azrael,
Yeah.
it's about noon at this point. You have an hour and a half before your meeting. Vort, I imagine you're making your way towards, just trying to figure out where the hell the meeting's happening.
Yes.
You've got like a little. You ended up taking so damn long at the little tavern inn that you not only bought yourself breakfast there, but you bought a lunch that you have in a little paper bag as well.
He got himself a bento.
A little parchment bag.
A bento, yes.
It's like a really shitty burlap, not parchment, little shitty burlap sack bag.
Like a
Like I
brown
have low
bag.
self-esteem. I'll eat out of this. So yeah, we'll cut first to what goes on in the office. Azrael,
to put it-
Torment, first to arrive.
Oh shit, I'm first to arrive.
You
we both are.
You both
You
are.
both.
You are the first to arrive at Azrael's office. You share a little office area with 3 other teachers. There are 4 of you in there.
Well,
But
this
like,
is
there's like
mine.
a part of the room that is more private, and that's yours.
Well, this is my office.
I guess I'll sit in one of the visitors' chairs then.
Sure. I'm gonna go grade papers.
What do you want me to do?
Do you want to come look at the? You want to go like help me grade some? I have an answer key.
I can. Sure. Why not? Might as well get used to
Azrael,
doing things.
describe your office.
Azriel's office is a small little enclosed space that has a seat on the other side, a table, and his like big like leather red seat.
What an ass. I know professors like that. It never goes well.
Oh, I'm just being triggered already. Like,
And he's got like history books over on the right side, but like the office itself is like, I want to say like 14 feet wide by like 17 feet long. It's not that big.
Okay.
It's got some filing cabinets in the back. I'll describe more if someone looks into them. And it's just got like a fountain pen on the table itself, and just like one of the like little plastic mats for writing on. And it's got like the desk also has a couple drawers in it too.
So you go in, Torment, you are greeted by a little, standard wooden student chair. It's got like a tiny cushion on it, and there's a giant leather chair on the other side that Azrael goes and sits in, and he like sinks into, and he's like,
Home.
let me just sit in my nice leather chair that's actually red real quick. And you guys are gonna start grading papers.
Yep. By the way, I want the DM to know that all of the answers are false.
oh, that's a dick move. Oh, it's not even true. No, it's fucking false. That's a fuck. Oh, I hope you rot in hell.
What about the essay? What about the essay question? You said there was an essay question.
Yeah, Azrael's going to specifically grade the essay. The essay question was something along the lines of describe who the major powers were in the war.
Oh, good. I'm glad that he went right for the World War II history essay question. Because that's on every test you have that involves that period of time. It's always that question.
Yeah.
So you sit down, you start grading, and Torment, you're like, you notice, pass, fail, pass, fail, pass, fail. One of the-
Azrael, I already am annoyed at one of your students. They marked everything. All the truths, all the falses.
Pass
It's
him.
just
Pass him.
James, that's the 0.5.
You actually see that's not that kid.
Oh.
It's not
At
the
the
one
bottom,
that
at the
didn't write his
bottom,
name?
at the bottom, it's actually a student you get along with, and they have a very good
Okay.
sense of humor. At the bottom, underneath their essay question, they wrote, "True false equates to false, right?" Good one, Professor. Moriuso.
Pass him.
Like, this kid got it and decided to meme on you.
Yeah, pass him. Just pass him. I don't care what his essay says. Just mark 100 on it.
You're like, I'm proud of this one. He will go far in this world. You get to dog the half orc.
Yes. I want to read what he put as his name again.
D O, and then like a weird like J crossed out, G question mark.
Did he pass?
He did. He marked everything false.
Probably ignorance, but
He marked everything false, and then in the essay, his essay was kind of mediocre, but he went, there were some gods and some demons at the end of Fae, and they decided that even though like they don't get along, they were gonna get along, but then their friends were like, I don't think I'll get along with you anymore, so we're not gonna get along, and I'm gonna go work with this guy, but I don't usually get along with him, and then and then they fought, and then it explode.
80.2.
Ezra, I feel like I know that this next test is also incorrect, but they didn't fill anything out. They just went on the back and then drew a beaver, duck, lizard getting eaten by a snake, pig, demon, bat thing, and then I don't know what the rest of these animals are, and just hands him the test.
Can I make heads and tails of this?
You can, and you know what, roll knowledge history. See if you, because there's no name on this test.
Is that wisdom?
Go ahead and roll wisdom. Roll wisdom instead. Yeah, roll wisdom.
I'll take a 14.
The student is actually an art student, and they actually had the bare minimum they needed to pass your class, so they were kind of fucking around. Practice some drawing a little bit.
I mean, none of these animals exist, but he didn't fill out any of the answers. Fail.
Oh. At least give him like 2 points.
He still fails.
Still.
And I'm just going to keep grading tests.
There's one test where the name, literally just in the name, it just says no. And then for the answers, it's just smiley faces written with the true false. Like if you turn the test horizontally, it's just a bunch of smiley faces.
Yeah. Okay.
Though the mouths are made with the false, so there are more false than true.
Pass.
At this point, Ash, you get there. You are guided to his office. And,
so this is where it is.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing me here. Now I know. I don't know.
You cut out. You're not talking.
You might get
but you're
muted.
not.
Can you hear me now?
Now we
Yes.
can.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, my headphones are slightly unplugged. I don't know if I'm gonna really say some now. I think I'm gonna calm down first after learning everything, and just come to him with a clean face.
As you're getting ready to walk in, you hear a voice in the back of your head. 3 doors. Down to the right. Bathroom. Now.
See you guys. And she walks out and she walks towards to the bathroom.
When you go in, there is an imp there with a cage. And inside it is a literally Frankensteined back together William with the brand. Do you speak Infernal?
Yes.
Failure
Oh!
on the side of his neck, and he looks like he has seen things.
She's gonna actually rip off part of her shirt and wrap it around his neck. So it covers up the failure.
I'll admit, Bird put up a harder fight than I thought it would. Couldn't get off in time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through this because of me.
I did what I was supposed to do. And yet, when I was revived, he told me that you told him that I failed your instructions. And he wasn't going to have that anymore.
The only reason I didn't say anything because I knew that if and she just starts, tears fall down her face.
Have I upset you, Master?
No, don't do that. I'm not your master. Just call me my name.
Very well, Master.
I'm so sorry. She hugs him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry what he did to you.
He does what must be done to serve. To serve.
I know.
To serve. Serve! What would you have me do?
You don't have to do anything. Just stay on my back right now.
Yes, of course. And he jumps and quickly gets into the bag for him.
And we'll just get some candy later. Got it?
You notice that the stitch makes it look like he's got a zipper.
Oh, well, at least that makes it more realistic. Oh.
Volgaroth does what he does for his own reasons, but he has reasons.
She's just crying, but she's holding it together and she says, well, if it makes you feel better, I found where his office is.
Yes, does it make you feel better?
This is my order. Act like you normally did.
Twitches again. He just starts twitching.
He's me in dragon form.
Act more like yourself.
Roll
But
insight.
still
Roll
following-
insight. Roll insight.
Oh, he probably fucking tortured. I'm so sad. 20. Oh, I'm
Natural
so motivated.
20. You can keep it. Natural 20.
Okay.
You know him very well at this point.
Yeah.
This happens when he's got a conflicting command.
Oh.
Volgnaroth told him to do something, and you told him to do the opposite.
Oh God. Okay.
And he is currently trying to fulfill anything related to one of those two.
How about this? We'll compromise. You act pretty much about yourself, but you follow every order I do immediately. Will that work?
Just looks at you. Then looks back at the wall. Blinks a couple times. Takes a deep breath. If it would please you.
She starts getting really happy and she hugs him tighter. Or she
Stitches
does
out.
can't hug him. I'm sorry.
A little bit of blood squeezes out.
But now you have a nice little collar, a pretty one, just to cover up that awful word. And I found his office, so we can get revenge.
Good. Very good.
But I can't go right now. I think he's in there. So we have to wait.
Very well. Then we shall wait.
Perfect.
I broken it, Vegeta. Must have been weak. Paper mache.
Or rabbits.
She like pops her head out to see if the two students are still there. Of the bathroom just pops out.
As you pop out, roll a perception check.
Okay. Come on, perception. Come on, perception. 6.
You don't notice, you can't tell if they're in their room or not. However, down the hall, you do hear a familiar voice. We cut to you, Vort. You've made your way to the receptionist for the history department.
I pull out the note showing it. I'm here for a meeting.
Oh, wow. You took the early bit a little seriously. You're about 45 minutes early. Oh, I know. The teacher's lounge down that way, they have some refreshments, and you were actually invited by a member of the administration. Wow, that's very impressive. Wonder what they have to do. It's not my place to question. Not my place to question. Go down that way. I need to get a name real quick. I'm sorry, let me just look at the directory real quick. Make sure that I'm directing you to the right person. Sorry, give me 1 second. And she pulls out like a big list of professors and starts comparing names and checking symbols to make sure that she's sending you to the right person, because your DM is definitely not trying to stall for time. Not at all. Why would you suggest that? How dare you, Caw? Everybody shame Caw in the chat real quick.
What?
Rihanna, you get used to it. They have a cult against me.
I see.
Oh, Professor Weston. Professor Weston, this is his symbol. Down the hallway, look from... God damn it.
What?
We don't need to escalate it that fast.
What? All I said was tisk tisk.
Look underneath your comment.
I know, I saw.
Where?
For anybody listening to the audio,
Oh.
Doc in the chat, without even questioning it, just writes, "Kill him!"
Kill him.
The Kill Call Club will always be in full effect. You were told to go meet Professor Weston down in the administration's office.
I go to the administration's office.
Okay. Again, the hallways here are a little more what you would expect to see at a university. They're small, they're tight, there are a lot of rooms. Nice decorations on the ceiling. They are done in the tile. And you think, man, the Arcane, they gotta flex hard on everybody, don't they? That's unnecessary. But not my place to judge. I live in a place where you can't see shit. You go down the hall and eventually you see a door marked administrations. And in there are a few people, much nicer robes, some in actual like formal suit attire. You actually see one paladin there who's got a very tiny cup of coffee that he's drinking, but it's like looks extremely small, his giant gauntleted hand. And you make your way in.
Is Professor Weston here?
One of them looks up and goes, "Huh?" And then they, "No, Mortis, no, not asking for you, not asking for you. Sit down. It's too hot in here." "No, it's not too hot in here." "Then it's too cold." And he sits down.
It's too cold then.
And then finally, one of the paladin steps up. Roll religion, because you see his armor is adorned with a holy symbol.
Religion. 12.
That's Bathaman. "Professor Weston, visitor for you." "Really? Already? Wow, that's quite interesting." You see a robed dragonborn. Actually, they very neat scale color. They have a they are black scale, but they've got some like little trinkets that shine a little brightly on them. And they come out and they see you and they go, "What in the? Oh! You're very early. You
I
are
was-
Mr. Agovigo, are you not?"
I am.
Oh, good. Yes, you're very, very early. We're going to be meeting down that hall in about 45 minutes. Come along. We'll go and we'll have an opportunity to talk before the meeting begins.
I follow.
You see, there's a conference room, and he offers for you to take a seat.
I sit.
So, you are the delegation that has been offered to us by by Caxian, the by Caxian Monastery, are you not?
I am.
What do you know of? Do you know why you've been sent here?
I'm unsure. I just given this letter this morning.
Interesting. They pardon my sorry, I'm a history teacher. I'm a sucker for what do the mortals call them? The puns. I'm sorry. They left you in the dark. Yes. So there is there have been some developments. Some information being exchanged going around. We were contacted by by another clergy, the clergy of Bathaman, and an ally to yours, if I recall, ally to almost all of them, I believe. But I believe the trio by Caxian, and Bathaman, very very closely related. Are they not? I believe they are. Religion was never my forte as much as I was in the political history, political sciences, the like. Yes. So oh, I'm sorry, I have him confused. No, he's not Black Scale. He is a I believe which one is he? Blue Scale. He's Blue Scale. Professor Weston is a blue scale, blue scale dragonborn. So, very interesting. They didn't tell you anything.
No, I was just given a letter.
Well, some of the how to put it, higher establishments here in the city of Halivara are, well, they've been reached out to by the Bathaman clergy, and they have been told they've called them disturbances. They wouldn't go much more into detail, and when Bathaman has a disturbance, it's extremely, well, disturbing, very much so, as the keeper of all that is known and to be true. Surely you must understand the urgency with which the news presents itself. Do you not?
Yes, I understand the urgency.
Yes, it doesn't surprise me that a message was sent to the Caxian clergy as well, and your being here. So I'll explain more what your task is later, but in short, it's going to be a sort of a congregation, some of the highest minds and thinkers and representatives of of Halivara, and Caxian is serving as one of our religious bodies who's been represented. They are a very important aspect of our city. They helped us establish a peaceful melding of the underground district into the rest of the city. So originally it was a sort of rogue splinter that would invade and commit crime, but your my apologies. Your clergy, the monastery, helped very much in bringing them in and establishing a sort of peace between the underground and the remaining districts of the city. They're part of what helps us keep order with them and our union. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yes.
Good. He is clearly uncomfortable. It's the kind of thing where he's like, I've got something upstairs, but I'm not allowed to say it, but I feel like I need to tell somebody, but I can't. Like, he feels like he's got his wings tied, not his wings, he doesn't have wings, his claws tied in a vice. But he's definitely a little more at ease to see you here. So, yes, I imagine we've got about, let's see, he looks up at a wall clock, which you recognize. Wall clocks in this world are actually very much, they are fiendish in nature. That is a fiendish innovation. And you are very familiar with them, as you use them very much to tell time, as you don't have the sun.
Okay.
So the clock is not that unfamiliar to you. And it's like, oh, well, we have about, what's that, 33, 34, maybe 35 minutes. Let's go. We'll have some refreshments, and we'll be right as rain when the meeting begins.
I get up and follow him.
He takes you to the break room. We cut back to Azrael and Torment. You guys are about done finishing your papers. You got through the big stack. Torment, you want to rip the mushrooms off. Like, I rip the mushrooms off and choke me with them. This is so boring. It's just the same thing, and it's all false. How do these kids get these? How do the kids get these shit wrong?
I mean, it's admittedly not that awful.
It's not
It's
that.
substantially better than what I've been stuck doing for about 20 years. So this is a nice change of pace, if I'm being completely honest with myself.
All right, then in that case, Azrael, this is unbelievably boring. Please take off Torment's, like that whole description of Torment's mushrooms and choke me to death with them. That's you sitting in this chair looking at another damn final that another stupid kid fucked up.
Okay.
It makes you happy to see a 100 because you're like, yay! And then you see like a one that's clearly an F and you're like, ah!
He's just gonna start like half-assing grading these. Like he's just gonna go like false, 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 false. Okay, essay, said fae, said fiends, said devils.
Azrael,
Got it. What?
question. This
What?
student marked down everything is true and then proceeded to write down for his essay question, I don't really give a shit about the factions, but reverse psychology, motherfucker. How do you want me to grade that?
Give him an A.
Okay, gotcha. A plus, A minus, or just an A?
Just an A.
Okay,
He doesn't get the plus.
fair enough.
He's a bad word.
That's it for my fun. I think that's it for my stack.
I just finished my stack as well. All right. I have a meeting that I need to go to in
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
It's time
All
for
right.
you to start making your way down there.
I need to take the stack of finals. He puts all the papers together on top of each other, puts them in a neat folder, puts the folder inside the suitcase, closes the suitcase up, and says, I need to go do this meeting. Stay here. I'll be back in about half hour.
Okay.
If you get bored, I have PG-13 Mad Libs in my drawer over there. I also have
Okay.
today's paper.
Immediately gets to doing the Mad Libs, because fucking what the hell else is he gonna do?
And Asriel walks out the room with a suitcase.
You are alerted via your psychic connection, Ash, by William. The teacher has left his office.
You know what? I have something a little more less direct way of getting him back. Because one, I don't want to have that little fire show hit me or you again. So, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get close to him. You know, become friends, all that stuff. And after a while, after all this and everything, and when I find my chance, I'll hurt him in the most way I can possibly do. Does that sound good?
Is it what you desire?
I'm asking your opinion too. I, of course, think it's a great idea because I'd come up with it.
You can't see it right now, but William's eyes are like the tiniest pupils in the back of his head. It's just. I think it sounds like a fantastic idea. Yes.
Give me your actual opinion.
Just quick flashback to Volgnaroth. Your job is not to give her advice. Your job is to serve and follow. It cuts back to him. I think it's fine. It's good. It's great. It's good. It's good.
Okay, well, we'll do that for now. Because honestly, I don't want you to get hurt. And I don't know where that other guy is. Because he may be in that office still, too. The weird guy. Remember him?
Yes.
Mushroom dude?
Ah, yes. The Mushroom Man.
The Mushroom Man?
The Mushroom Man!
The one that lives on Toadstool Lane?
Yeah! What is going on? What? Oh, what? What? Okay.
Torment is stealthily doing the Mad Libs in the corner.
The receptionist looks in and she can see in like a window in your office, and Torment is like hiding on top of a bookshelf, just like
just like how
Noun.
Elf sits.
Noun.
Wait, hold on. I've got this.
Teleporting John.
It's exactly like that.
I don't know if
So-
you can actually see me, but it's
We
like
could.
that. Yes.
So, this is how we're
Noun.
gonna do it.
Knives. Adverb. Knives.
Adjective. So, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna take off my disguise because I kind of want to know me, and I'm not gonna be in disguise all the time. And you know what's even better? We can have him help with our little mission. If he's free. Because he seems smart, right?
Smart, perhaps. My fear is the paranoia.
Yeah. But, I'll just do it the way, and if he becomes too dangerous, we'll just leave. So, let's go to the office, make friends with the Mushroom Man first, because he seems really cool, and he seemed really, frazzled by me? I don't know. The first time he met, he was gonna, hurt me. So I want to make friends with him, and then I make friends with the other one, and then mission complete.
Very well. Shall we begin?
Yeah. She walks out of the bathroom, heads to
He
the office.
does his normal backpack routine.
And she takes off the disguise and just her normal self, fixes her little flower, and she knocks on the.
Do I see her walking towards my office as I'm walking out?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No. At this point,
No?
you've already walked down the hall, and while she was
Okay.
in there scheming.
All it was
Skeevy.
gonna be was I go, prison girl, I gotta go.
Prison girl, I gotta go. She just knocks on the door lightly, hard enough, but not banging to spook anyone.
So she's knocking on the door that I'm currently inside of.
Yeah.
Yes. And the receptionist goes, he actually just left.
Oh, he did?
Yes,
Aw.
Professor Azrael left. He has a meeting.
Gives a slight twitch of the shoulder, a piece of that mushroom. The handle's kind of sticking out. Can't really tell what it is.
Oh,
And I
well, I-
slowly open up the door.
oh, hi.
You again.
Yeah, so I came here to apologize. Well, not really apologize, more like give an offering of peace. I give candy.
Have a seat.
Okay. She
Shuts
skips
the
on past.
door. Shuts the door, and I'm gonna make a quick. Should I even? Ah, I'm gonna just close and lock the door.
Okay. And she sits on the chair with her legs crossed, crisscross applesauce, and she just like rocks back and forth like she can't stop moving.
I swear to God, if that office catches fire, I
Man,
swear.
James gave me a nice office, and Rihanna just had to go burn it down.
Rihanna's gonna need a backup character if that office burns down.
I'd like to make a
She's
quick.
already on her backup familiar.
I'd like to make an insight check.
Well, she's gonna need a whole ass character.
I'd like to make an insight check. This is the second time that I've run into this girl. The first time she got completely screwed over by Azrael. And now she's here at his office, and we just so happen to get stalked by a stranger. I want to see if I can put two and two together.
Torment, insight, Ash, deception.
Deception.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's trying to put together that you're the girl stalking him, and I don't think you want to know. He wanted to know that.
Well,
No.
Is that what you're
can't
going for?
really- Yes, but I don't think she can actively roll deception because it's not like she's saying anything to lie to me.
That's true. All right, just roll the straight insight, and I'll see what it
Alright.
comes out to be. Keep in mind, this is the exact same scenario that fucked her over last time. And roll 20 giveth back.
Damn.
Probably
Alright.
unrelated. Probably unrelated. Probably unrelated? Unrelated. Where's brown-haired girl?
So why are you here?
A peace offering. I have candy. She pulls out a lollipop.
Well, unfortunately, Azrael is a little busy right now.
Oh. Well, I can't really go home because that's like a long walk. Is it okay I stay here until he comes back?
Azrael already has one friend to look over. I don't think he wants to add a stranger to that list.
Oh, no. It's okay. He doesn't have to watch over me. I just wanted to make a peace offering, then I'll leave. Do you want candy?
What kind?
Lollipop. I only have lollipops.
I'll take 3.
Okay. She pulls out 3 lollipops from a, like, there. You could still see there's a lot in there, and she pulls it.
What flavors?
Takes each of them in the spaces of each of his fingers and just bites down. Doesn't suck, just bites down, crunches them, and then swallow.
What flavors?
What
What flavors,
all-
Rihanna?
Bubblegum, blue raspberry, and watermelon.
Okay.
Does bubblegum exist in this world?
I mean, blue raspberry does.
We asked about blue raspberry!
I will do the same thing I did last time. Let's see it.
Oh, what? Oh, I have to roll for it?
No, I rolled for it.
Oh, okay.
Dice say yes, it does.
Yay.
Gum
Another
exists,
another
which means
fayish flavor creation.
which means
Woo!
I can just summon gum.
You know the
I don't-
flavor
Oh my
exists.
God,
You know the
bubblegum
flavor
exists.
exists. The flavor exists. Bubblegum flavor exists.
Not
Okay.
bubble-
Interesting.
So, what's your name?
Torment.
That's such a cool name. My name's Ash.
So, what inspired you to decide that you want to make amends with Azrael?
Well, my friend was kind of angry. Well, not angry. He was disappointed in me. He had to pick me up from jail, and I felt bad because I did disappoint him, and he does a lot for me. So I wanted to at least do something for him and make peace.
Sounds like you want to make peace with your friend, not so much Azrael.
Make peace for my friend, and this is how. Because if you make peace with your demons, you also make peace with your life, right? Or something like that. I'm not really good with this philosophical stuff. I never really learned it, actually.
Here's what I don't understand. Why would your friend care that you make amends with a complete stranger?
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know.
I mean, you would probably be proud of me. I don't really know what he thinks about. He is a slime monster. Or a cube. I actually don't know. I've never asked what species he is. He is a big gelatin cube thing. Big boy. He's apparently 613 years old. Can you believe that? And a half.
You're seeming very, very suspicious to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your motives aren't making any sense.
Oh, I don't make sense to a lot of people. I'm sorry.
Maybe you should make sense then.
I
Carefully
don't know
think
how to make
about your
sense.
actions.
No, we lost Ka.
Are you back?
Ka's back.
I think he's come back.
Okay, okay. Oh, I'm really sorry. Well, I don't know. My friend William always says that it's best to be the better person. He was a really nice person. He was really, really nice. He was going to be a guard. Do you know that? He was going to be a knight, and he was going to work for a lot of things. He's going to save people. He was going to be the coolest
We
and
lost
nicest
Ka
guy
again.
inside
He's back.
ever.
He's back.
We gained call again.
Call, you okay?
Just say something so the AFK timer will stop.
Call.
He
Ka,
might
bitch.
actually. Nah, he's not actually AFK.
I'd laugh.
Is he?
Ka is typing.
Okay.
If he keeps getting kicked into the
I will laugh. I have one more scene that I have planned that I need him if I need him for
Did
it.
Call died?
It is already 12:25.
Oh, okay.
All right.
He
Well,
has-
then we won't do it. We'll do it next week.
Alright.
Wait, where did he type this?
He said in roll 20.
Roll 20.
He has to restart his computer because it's bugging out.
Okay.
But yeah, William is always a nice guy, and I know he would be happy if I did this.
Tormund's gonna look for the nearest clock.
There's one above the door.
He's gonna quickly glance over at the clock, look back over at Ash. Why don't you come back here around another 3 hours or so?
3 hours?
Azrael's a busy man. He's got crap he needs to do.
Okay, I'll try to find, I guess, something to do before then. I don't
Alright.
live around here, so I can't go home. So I guess I'll try to find something to do.
Maybe explore town.
Maybe, but not a lot of people like me. They think I'm weird looking.
Well, sightseeing can't hate anybody.
You're right! I can sightsee. Maybe I can get more candy. You don't know this place, do you? Do you know where a candy shop is?
No, I don't. That's what the sightseeing is for.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, if you want any more candy, I'll bring it to you. Okay.
Duly noted.
Okay. Well, can I exit the locked door?
It's a bolt lock. Go ahead.
Okay. She stands up and she kind of does her little skip thing and unlocks the door.
Then
Well-
jumps out a window.
Breaks the window. She opens the door. Well, thanks for talking to me. I'm sorry I'm really weird. Well, I see ya. She like skips out.
And
As she's out of earshot. She's up to something. She's up to something. She's up to something. I'll find out. But I'll wait for Azrael to come back. Yes, Azrael. Wait for him to come back. Discuss. Plan. Discuss. Discover.
oh, Car, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
then,
hey,
we
welcome
can, then we can then we can do this last scene. It's not a long one. I'm gonna do this last one. then we can end it.
Luck be going through
All right,
Ash's insane brain.
Azrael, you walk into the administration office. There's a
I
big.
walk up.
Go on.
I walk up to the desk, place out my ID, and say, "Professor Azrael, in for my review."
Oh, your review isn't today. Oh, but you do have a meeting. Down the hall and to
Oh.
the left.
Oh, okay. Takes ID, puts it away, goes down the hall and to the left.
As you walk by, there is a big board that says "Rate my professor's history."
I'll look at it.
Big list of professor names. Next to that, a 1 decimal. It is a number. It's a X.X system.
Okay.
You see that all of them are out of 5.
Okay. I look for my name on there.
You see Professor Azrael, and you scroll to the right, and you see the number 3.3.
Better than half. Let's go.
That's your standards.
All right,
Mike.
you walk into the meeting room. Professor Weston is in there, and you see Vort. Vort's there.
Oh. Holy man.
Weird
Azrael
professor.
says that out loud towards you.
I look at him. Weird professor.
Quite. Do you know the meaning of this?
I do. Take a seat.
Oh, okay. Azrael will sit on. If it's a long table, and Vort is sitting right here, Azrael's going to sit on the other side of the table of him.
Gentlemen, I'm glad you're both here today. As you know, these universities are funded and overseen by the Bathaman clergy, as we are the bastions of knowledge and the transfer thereof. It has come to the university's attention that there's been there's no right way to say it. I'm just going to be out with it. The Bathaman clergy has sensed a disturbance. Do you understand what this means, Professor Azrael?
You're going to need some sort of envoy to check it out?
Well, yes. But the significance of a lie getting past the Bathaman clergy, that's the disturbance. Bathaman is the vanguard of truth. And a disturbance through his clergy? Somebody lied to him. And he didn't see it. This has not happened in centuries. Centuries.
Can I roll history to try to recall the last time it happened?
You may
Or-
roll history.
That is a 15.
The last time that a lie got past Bathaman was, I don't have the exact number, I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 to 500 years ago, and the lie was passed on by very strategic information feeding by the Emerald Death Association and the Radical Entente.
Yes, a few hundred years ago by Radical and Emerald, right?
The formation of the True Grand Council Supreme.
Yes.
Done so in secret under the guise of Bathaman. Had he known, well, it could have meant a world war the likes of which we hadn't seen since, well, the Fragmentation. Had they not had the time to establish in secret, who knows where we would be in terms of regional politics. But nevertheless, they were forgiven. In exchange, they were barred from being allowed to unionize with the Grand Council. And we stand as we do, but there has been another disturbance. Another disturbance! We have been requested, as have numerous other facilities across the world, regardless of faction, regardless of territory. Everybody wishes to know what exactly caused this disturbance, and it seems that we may have been given an extremely important opportunity. An opportunity to learn the truth.
Whatever you're about to suggest, I'm in.
There is an operation forming between the Church of Bicaxian, he gestures to Vort Agovigo, the Academies, and the Church of Nuthaxian. Those two monasteries are our largest. They are also the vanguards of our religious... they are our two strongest religious strongholds, and they are very close allies of Bathaman.
So what you're saying is, light and darkness are combining powers with the most powerful weapon in the world to figure out what this disturbance is.
Well, the truth is revealed in the light and hidden in the dark. So, of course, that which brings them together is truth. And truth has sensed, well, a great lie. Call upon light, call upon the dark, and call upon those which, well, record and pass on the truth, us. We are forming an envoy that we are planning to send to meet with representatives who claim to be knowledgeable on that which was hidden and who are prepared to disclose such information. This is a very hush-hush event.
Mm-hmm.
Vort Agovigo, you have been handpicked by the Church of Bicaxian to serve as their vanguard. That is correct, yes?
Yes.
Azrael, you are one of the leading minds on the Fragmentation. Especially for us who have no faction affiliation of our own, you are one of our brightest, and we believe that if any is to be our record keeper, representing our Department of History and the Arcane, we believed that you are most fit. Do you believe that you are capable of serving as a record keeper?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. And he
All I'm gonna request is more inks and some books to write the records in.
a briefcase is slammed on the table in front of you.
Perfect.
He turns it around and opens it. There are logbooks, journals, plenty of ink, plenty of paper, 2 textbooks, and 2 boarding passes for a ship that is scheduled to leave in 3 days.
Okay.
He shuts it, The sigil of the university is on top of it, and he slides it to you. But he doesn't take his hand off. He says, "This is your last right of refusal. If you wish not to be our vanguard, you may turn this down now. Otherwise, you accept this task and you will go in our stead."
Azriel will stand up, put his hand on the briefcase, look the advisor dead in the eyes, and say, "Oh, I'm in. I'm getting excited."
Okay, you may notice you were provided a second boarding pass. That is in the event that you wish to bring along some company, a fighter, or perhaps an associate, an assistant, a record keeper, an apprentice. We don't know. That is your decision to make. And an envelope is slid towards you, Vort. There are 2 tickets in here for you, same purpose. However, your religious establishment requested that they provide you with your wares.
Yes.
Gentlemen, this mission is of the utmost importance. We don't know what's out there. And it sounds like that which is supposed to know doesn't either. A hole in history is dangerous. It must be filled carefully, but with the utmost haste. We're counting on you. And he takes his hand off the briefcase and off of the envelope. Good luck. You leave in 3 days. You will meet the Vanguard and your associates from the clergy and the other academies at the docks. Good luck, gentlemen. We're counting on you. And with these important documents passed on, the sun begins to start leaning into the night sky. Ash, you set out into the unknown and the wide, colorful expanse of the academic district. Torment looking on upon her from the window, questioning her motives, fearing for what little, tiny, insignificant speck of stability he has left. And Vort, Azriel, you have been handed an opportunity to quite literally shape history. And that is where we are going to end our session for tonight. Thank you all for watching. Because of the issue in the beginning, I actually lost, sadly, I lost the second half of our recording. I'm going to grab it off of the Twitch archive. That should be fine. I've done that before. Okay. The first half I do have, and at very least I'll contact Twitch and if anything goes wrong. But yeah, that is our session.
You mean Ash just says in her mind as she's leaving, he's staring at daggers at her. She's just like, "Where's the candy? Where the fuck is the candy? Give me the fucking candy."
So yeah, thank you all for watching. Cast crew, if you got anything you want to plug, any last comments, this is your opportunity. I turn it over to you.
I'm still working on quote unquote season 2 of Oversight. It should be about ready in what day is today? The 16th? Okay, today's the 16th. About like a month. Give myself some buffer time.
Give me time to do the fragmentation for a little bit.
Exactly.
I'm so excited for everything.
I exist.
Roll20 actually giving me fucking good rolls? Oh, hell
Roll20
yeah.
have me roll like 3 nat 1s tonight? Yeah.
Me getting 4 fucking nat 20s?
I unplugged my phone and my computer hated it. Yeah.
Well, Kenneth, what you need to do is you just need to go into your Discord settings and reset them.
No. I mean, I quite literally unplugged my phone. All my Razer stuff stopped working, and Discord crashed and would not reopen.
Okay.
Ka unplugs his phone. Discord, is this System 32?
All right.
So, Rihanna, Ka, anything you guys want to end on?
I wasn't stupid this time. I tried not
Alright,
to
you
be.
guys.
A little bit.
I mean, besides my fucking dragon being blown the fuck up, I think it went a pretty good one day.
So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. We've got a Pokemon shiny hunt. We're going and we're gonna get that Pikachu tomorrow, and Pokemon DLC stream on Wednesday with probably some shooter, maybe some Halo, maybe some Siege, something going on Friday. And of course, next Monday, episode 3 of the Fragmentation. We hope to see you guys there. We're starting to get into the juicy bit, and yeah, we'll see you guys all next time. Till then, this has been Joke65.
Dr. Shocklock.
Rockosphere 8.
Oh, 661.
Weird RK.
Signing off. Bye, dudes.
Bye.
Night, guys.
Bye.